Why, now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, Yea, has God said, Thee shall not eat of any tree of the garden? Squared, and the woman said to the serpent, Of the fruit of the trees of the garden we may eat. Cubed, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God has said, Thou shalt not eat of it, nor shall ye touch it, lest thou die. Genesis 3:3. J, and the serpent said to the woman, Thou shalt not surely die. For God knows that in the day they eat of it, then your eyes shall be opened, and they shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Why? And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was a delight to the eyes, and that the tree was to be desired to make wise, she took of the fruit of it, and ate. And she also gave to her husband with her, and ate. Why? And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves aprons. Why? And they heard the voice of Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Lord God amongst the trees of the garden. And Lord God called to the man, and said to him, Where art thou? He said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked. And I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee that thou should not eat? Why squared? And the man said, The woman whom thou gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. Cubed. And Lord God said to the woman, What is this thou have done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I ate. P. And Lord God said to the serpent, Because thou have done this, cursed art thou above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and dust thou shalt eat all the days of thy life. P. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. He shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. P. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy pain and thy childbearing. In pain thou shalt bring forth children. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. D. And to Adam he said, Because thou have hearkened to the voice of thy wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In toil thou shalt eat of it all. D. Also, thorns and thistles it shall bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread, till thou return to the ground, for out of it thou wert taken. For thou art dust, and to dust thou shalt return. Squared. And the man called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Squared Y. And Lord God made for Adam and for his wife coats of skins, and clothed them. Squared. And the Lord God said, Behold, the man has become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. Squared. Cubed. Therefore Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from where he was taken. Squared. J. So he drove out the man. And he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden the cherubim, and the flame of a sword which turned every way to guard the way of the tree of life.